This hour, the remains of the two pilots killed in that Air Canada crash have made their return home. The pilots died Sunday night after a collision at LaGuardia Airport in New York. They have just been repatriated to Canada. Their flight just arrived from Newark Airport in New Jersey in Ottawa. It has been reported that family members of the pilots were present at a ceremony at Newark where the caskets were loaded into the plane, then brought back home. Also in attendance at that ceremony were other Air Canada pilots. And CBC's Hilary Johnstone joins us now for more on this. So Hilary, we've been seeing these moving pictures from afar, trying to give a little bit of space to the family, to those, but some moving pictures.
Some moving pictures for certain, which started off in Newark, New Jersey, and then, of course, what we've just been seeing there in Ottawa as well. And as we look to those photos once again, this is the Ottawa International Airport. We saw that Air Canada plane at touchdown on the runway earlier, and we did see, and you can see them here lined up by the door there if you look closely, other crew members, people working at the airport, colleagues, essentially, of these two young men who died on Sunday night. It was about 11:45 p.m. Eastern when that plane, that Air Canada Express plane that they had been flying, was landing at LaGuardia Airport. And of course, as we all now know, crashed with that Port Authority fire truck. We have Antoine, the captain from southwestern Quebec. You can see him there on the left-hand side of your screen. He was the captain. And then the first officer, Mackenzie Gunther, as well, who we do know had attended aviation school at Seneca College in Ontario. As the head of the FAA said just a few days ago, these were two young men at the start of their careers. And that is something that we've also been hearing from others who knew them, who were in their orbits, in some cases had employed them in the past. And both of these men had a love of aviation, had a love of flying as well. As we look to some of those images from earlier at Newark Airport, we do know that those two hearses that they arrived in, that they had left from separate funeral homes in Queens, New York, and had made their way here to Newark Airport in New Jersey. And then we saw this very moving scene. On the left-hand side, you can see what seems to be Air Canada pilots, other pilots who had lined up to watch this ceremony played out. You can see the caskets being taken out of those two hearses. There's one that's white. There's one that's black as well. We know that some family had been on the tarmac as well to witness this. You can only imagine what they are thinking and what they are feeling and how the ways that their lives have changed since all of this happened on Sunday night.
And then you see, I'm not sure if we're showing it again, but you can see what it looks like pilots as sort of the pallbearers as they kind of load this casket onto that Air Canada plane. Yeah, just very, very sad. Now we know that this continues on for one of the pilots.
It continues on. That's right. And once again, you're looking at the scene in Ottawa from not that long ago, but it is expected that that plane is then going to make a journey to Montreal. And we do know that Antoine, the captain, that he was from Quebec. Remember that Air Canada is also based in Montreal. And that plane that those two young men had been operating on Sunday evening had arrived from Montreal as well. So essentially here making that journey back to where they had started in Montreal as well. This is, of course, a story that has gripped this country the last few days, and also the aviation industry. You have to go back to it is so rare. You have to go back to 1970, the last time that Air Canada lost crew members as part of a flight, and then Jazz Aviation, which you'll remember, of course, is who was operating this Air Canada Express flight, has never lost a crew member. So a very difficult moment for all of their colleagues that they worked with closely, but then for that broader aviation community, it is thankfully something that is very rare here in Canada, but does not make it any easier, I'm sure, for the families of those two young men.
I'm sure you're right about that. Hilary, thank you.
Thank you.
CBC's Hilary Johnstone.